Good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's session on 21st century skills organized by Skillveda. At Skillveda, we believe teachers are the architects of tomorrow. Our mission is to equip educators with practical, future-ready skills. So every classroom becomes a space where students don't just learn, but thrive. That's why today we are diving into 21st century skills for future-ready classrooms. We will move beyond theory and explore the four C's: critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication actually look like in your class, plus digital literacy, adaptability, and problem solving strategy you can use Monday morning. Skillveda has trained 50,000 trainers across India, and today you are the part of that community. This is not about replacing the teacher, it's about empowering you to shape learners who can think, adapt, and lead. Let's extend a warm welcome to Ms. Sheetal Sharma, our expert trainer, CBSE resource person, an educationist and consultant with more than 18 years of experience in education. She is all set to guide you through this learning journey. Welcome, Ms. Sheetal.
Thank you, Twinkleji. Thank you very much. I think Skillveda is that platform where we all feel that we are the most important people out here. That's what Twinkleji makes us feel like. So, a very good evening to
You are definitely.
Thank you. So, very good evening to all the
Evening, ma'am.
participants here. Good evening, Karivalamji. I'm sorry if I would mispronounce any names, and I believe that we have people from across the country today. So, can I have a quick know-how of where you're coming from? Which part are you joining us from? I know I
Yes,
can
ma'am.
see
I'm
some
from
names.
Bangalore.
You're from Bangalore.
Yes,
Excellent.
ma'am.
Very nice. I can
Thank
see
you.
some names are familiar. And Bose sir is there to encourage us again. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. And if you could just rename yourselves as what your name is instead of, I can see your model number of the phone that you're carrying. The Oppo CPH or the Moto G85. I'd rather know you by your name than your phone model number. Like we want to know students by their name, not their admission numbers, not by their roll numbers, right? So I'd rather know you by your names.
Ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am, my name is visible.
yes, Modi ji.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. You're one of the esteemed participants, I would say, of our group.
I also like to attend your all sessions.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So we've gathered here today to understand how we can bring 21st century learner skills to our classroom. Why is it important? Can I just understand from everybody why are you all here on an afternoon when you could be snoozing in your bed easily and chilling out? It's a hot summer afternoon. Why are you all here to understand 21st century skills in the classroom?
Ma'am,
Can I know from anybody?
ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, we are here to upgrade ourselves, to upskill ourselves.
Why 21st
According,
century classroom strategies?
yes,
Why 21st century learner strategies?
Because nowadays all are using smart boards now, ma'am.
Okay, so digital literacy. Anything
Digital.
else? Anything else?
ma'am, nowadays it is necessary to become a tech savvy teacher.
Tech savvy teacher. Twinkle ji, am I in the wrong meeting room? Because it seems like it is a meeting room for digital literacy rather than 21st century skills.
You are right. You are in the right place, actually.
All right, thank you. Yes, anyone else? See, if you make it interactive, it's not going to be a lecture method. Otherwise, I'm going to sit here for an hour and a half, give you a good lecture, And
Ma'am, 21st century means there should be some creativity, creativity thinking.
okay, okay. Vanishri ma'am, yeah, Krishna, Veni, can you please mute yourself? All right, before we move forward, a few ground rules of this entire session. I'll request you all to be very mindful of your mics, whether they are on or off at the right time. Please do not hesitate in asking questions. The room is always open to questions. Just raise your hand so that if we are doing a particular topic, we can finish that and then you're all allowed to ask questions, as many as you want. I'm here to stay. So I'm here to answer all your questions. So just make sure that your mics are on at the right time, because if they're continuously giving us some kind of background noise, the session goes haywire. So let's not do that. Right. So 21st century skills. What kind of a learner is 21st century learner is what we will understand today. Why do we have to not prepare the student only for exams, but get into a world of creativity, of critical thinking, of collaboration, of digital literacy, of technology? Why is that important is the question over here. So my first question to you all, 21st century learning, what is it and why is it important? And that's what I just got a few answers. Let's understand the generation that is coming up. This generation doesn't take simple instructions. This generation doesn't take no for an answer without logic. This generation is the one after the millennials. So this generation essentially is looking at a lot of collaborative work. They don't want to work in isolation. They work as per their own pace, not at your pace. And if there's anybody who disagrees with it, please raise your hand. We are open to having a discussion because we are here to learn from each other. And trust me, as much as you would learn from this webinar, I would learn from you. So be open to that.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, can we say that this you told me that why we it is important to learn 21st century skills. So can we say that to bridge the gap between the traditional teaching?
Excellent. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am.
So coming back to this generation Z, this generation is very social, needs results and needs feedback at an immediate basis. They don't want to wait forever to get an answer or a revert on what their performance has been like. Of course, they have very short attention span because, like there's a data that says the average attention span of a person today, and this is true about everybody, be it Gen Z or Gen Alpha or us. This generation has an attention span of 6 seconds. And if you don't catch their attention, and if you don't have something very interesting, it will not last for more than that. Their mind is going to be somewhere else. They know how to multitask. They will do a number of things. And trust me, when you're dealing with these little kids, you'll get to know that besides their academics, they're also doing peer learning. They're also doing a lot of project works. They're also doing a lot of profile building activities. They're also doing a lot of MUNs and stuff like that, and student council kind of stuff. So got to understand that there is a lot of work going on at their end. And yes, they like it. That gives them energy. This generation is highly tech savvy. We have to understand we are the ones who are migrants to this technology. They were born with it. They knew it right from the very beginning. When their eyes started looking for something, it was the screen, the first thing that got their attention. So understand that thing. Also, they love gathering information. Shorter information, no lecture, no gyan. There's this ad that says ban the gyan. That's exactly them. So this is this generation that we are all dealing with. This is a self-directed problem solver, engaged with the society, and globally aware person that you are actually dealing with. Now, when we come to the next, why do we need a change in the classroom? When we're dealing with these children, we need a change in the classroom because the industrial classroom, the previous century classroom, and the classroom today are very, very different. This is a different age group. This is a different time. The yesteryears, if I can call them, we had a complete setup in the classroom, which was row-wise seating. Agree with me? Give me a thumbs up in the reactions, maybe, because most of you are not switching on the cameras. So give me a thumbs up in the reactions. Everybody had rows straightened out, one after the other. Yes, Vanishri ma'am wants to say something.
Vanishri, you have raised your thumbs up.
Oh, thumbs up,
Okay,
right.
okay.
So it was rote memorization. It was more of pen and paper test. Learning in silos. What is learning in silos? Basically, you are learning one particular subject and you're not doing anything interdisciplinary. You are studying, so it's only you who's studying. The student is told that, oh, you don't have to pay attention to anybody else. Study on your own. Why do you have to pay attention to anybody else? So that is what the yesteryear's classroom was. But what it is today, it is more collaborative. We give them more project works to make sure that collaboration, teamwork gets instilled. It doesn't have to be instilled when they go to corporates and they start working. That is not a time they kind of get face to face with this concern. What is this supposed to be? This is instilled right from school time. And trust me, these are all character building skills. These are not skills which are just a matter of habit. You have it or you don't. It's character. If you have it in every walk of life. You don't have it, you don't have it at all. Then there is a lot of student centric work that is happening. Not teaching the way the teacher wants to teach, instead, teaching the way the child wants to learn. There's a lot of real world application. Everything that you're doing in the class is connected, ideally, not is connected, should be connected to the real world. And of course, digital fluency woven into everything. You tell them to research, they'll straight away go grab a computer. They will not go to the library. Even in the library. So I give a lot of, as a career counselor also, I give a lot of research projects to my students, especially in grade 9th, 11th. So when the pressure of either choosing subjects or doing college applications is not so much, I like to give them some kind of research projects. So what I would do is, even if there is a group of friends, I would give them a project. All right, go look into whatever careers come out of physics and maths, whatever careers come out of chemistry and maths, whatever careers will come out of psychology and sociology. So I give them these kind of project works. Trust me, some students will come back with the research done from home. But some students will come back, and the moment they know that, okay, after the break, it's career counseling class, they'll rush to the library, the resource room, Google it, do a chat GPT, and come back to the classroom. They've done the work. So what do you think is better, not doing the work completely or at least rushing to the library and doing something, even if it is with the help of ChatGPT? What do you think is better for the case study that I've just given you, just shown to you? Yes, what do you think is better?
Going to
Anybody listening?
library and
Sorry?
Library better,
going
ma'am.
And
no,
going to the library, not reading books is okay?
No, no.
reading
Not
book is
reading
okay, ma'am.
books. Okay, so not reading books and doing a chat GPT is okay?
No, ma'am.
No. Is books the only source of information that we have today?
No,
As
ma'am.
soon
We
as
have a
we have
lot of information provided in the digital area.
Yes, PhD, you want to say something, PhD?
Chat GPT also can be used in the upcoming years. Students, they may not be interested in books and all. They may try to get all the things very easily.
Absolutely. Absolutely. See, my purpose was that the students should come back to the classroom with a few careers in mind. My purpose
Yes,
is not to make them career counselors today.
yes, absolutely.
So they come with 20% research. I'm there to top it up with 80%. But at least they've learned research. They've learned how to use a particular technology. They have learned that in the classroom, I will tell them that I know this is ChatGPT. It's fair enough, but have you authenticated and validated these resources?
Yes,
These
yes,
are the
yes.
things that you have to tell the students when they use technology.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, that's absolutely right.
Right. So when you're talking about skills of 2030, skills of 2030, according to the World Economic Forum, are right there on your screen. Do you see anything like rote learning here? Do you see anything like written work here? Blackening the notebooks, finishing up the work. Do you see anything like learning formulas here? In fact, there are certain boards where a formula book is given to the students. You don't have to learn the formulas. What you need to do is analyze a particular question, use formulas, and come to the answer. That is what you need to do. So, skills of 2030 according to the World Economic Forum. Then come the skills again that I'm showing you, what's going down and what's picking up. Cognitive skills. Higher cognitive skills are going up. What are higher cognitive skills? Can anybody throw some light? Prantik sir, would you like to throw some light on higher cognitive skills? Yes. Sakina ji, are you ready to say something? So you remember the hot questions in one of your books?
Ma'am,
Yes, Purvi ji.
ma'am, higher, what you said? Just repeat it.
Higher cognitive skills. Basic
Higher
cognitive skills and higher cognitive
is
skills.
beyond memorization.
Beyond memorization. Okay. What else is higher cognitive skills? Anybody who would want to take a wild guess? Open your phones. Check what is higher cognitive skills.
Ma'am,
Higher cognitive skills, ma'am.
Yes, what are
Ma'am,
higher cognitive skills?
higher cognitive skills may include justify and solve, create.
Okay. All right. Anybody
The
else?
upper three levels of Bloom's taxonomy.
All right. Thank you, sir.
ma'am,
Hanji.
ma'am, one can solve the complex problems by themselves.
All right. Solving complex problems by themselves. Anyone else?
And problem solving, decision making skills,
Okay. Decision
creativity.
making. Like Sir just said, Prantik Sir just said something. Open up your Bloom's taxonomy. The three top levels are the higher cognitive skills, where there is more of analysis, where there is more of evaluation. Like, okay, decision making could be a part of that. Let's evaluate what is the right path, what is good to go for, what is predictably right. That is what it means. Now, when you're looking at the cognitive, when you're looking at interpersonal skills, when you're looking at self leadership, I would want you all to take a screenshot because these are very authentic sources that I've got you this data from. Also, the ones that have been highlighted in the ovals, please note these links and look at the entire reports. Look at the entire report because it's very important to understand that what is going to come in the near future. What are we getting the students ready for? Yes, Manisha ji.
Ma'am, is it possible to make it more clear because it is something blurred? It is over here.
Is it blurred anywhere? Because my screen is absolutely
No,
clear.
no, it's
Yes.
clear, it's totally clear. Manisha ji,
Manisha ji,
please.
maybe you can just rejoin, and as it is, we will be
Yeah.
sending the PDF of this entire PPT.
Okay, ma'am. Fine. Thank you.
So don't worry about this. So just to give you a heads up, the McKinsey and Company gives out certain resources on certain data on what are the foundational skills, what is the future of work. So that is what we are aiming at. That is what we are hinting at. Why we are hinting at this is because we want everyone to understand that in times to come, there will be certain skills which will be completely outdated, like the physical and manual skills. Like you don't have people to open gates for you in front of malls. You have a scanner and it's all auto censored, right? So all physical, rhetoric, clerical jobs are going to be out. So what are we getting the children ready for by rote learning? Gone are the days when we would cry out in the class 2 into 2 is 4 and you just have to learn it. No, you don't. This is where this entire P21 framework comes from, which is the 21st century skills framework. This framework to the core has certain subjects, certain themes, then has the life skills, career skills, certain learning skills, and information and media technology skills, the digital literacy skills on the periphery. We'll understand this all in detail. Any questions till now? Any questions? Anybody for any questions? We're just going to go into a little depth. Why I'm not going bilingual today is I believe some people are there from down south. So I'm not going to use any Hindi terminology which they will not be able to understand. So we'll stick to the language English. Is everybody okay with it? Give me a thumbs up.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Great. I have only 2-3 people in the webinar. The rest of them are only listening. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the response. All right. When we're looking at the themes, what are the few themes that the 21st century works on? Can anybody elaborate any one of the themes? Any one of them? Can anybody elaborate any one of these themes? Just raise your hand and tell me which theme would you like to elaborate. Anybody who wants to elaborate these themes? Give it a shot. There's nothing wrong or right. It's totally okay. That's how we interact and we learn, right?
Ma'am, can I share the health literacy?
Yes, please.
So it's like to know or to understand the health information or how to make us like healthy, and what are the service they are giving, or the insurance, everyday decision, how to our make well-being. So maybe it is related to health.
All
This is
right.
called health literacy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Good try.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you,
Anybody
ma'am.
else who would want to share something? Okay. So then let's move forward and let's start learning. What is entire global awareness? Why do we keep telling students that you should be aware about what's going around? Why do we insist on the idea that students need to know what's going around? Anybody? Why is today's group so quiet? Is it an afternoon siesta that is calling you all? Is why you're all quiet? Because I don't usually get these kind of groups. Twinkle ji, something special today? That they are all quiet?
Lazy afternoon.
Yeah, I know it's a lazy afternoon. All right.
Yeah.
We'll give them that. We'll give it to them. No problem.
ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಪ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಳೆ.
Can you
Shruti
mute
ji.
yourself, please? Shruti ji. Yeah.
All right. So global awareness basically is about just getting rid of the borders. Get rid of the borders, understand global issues. Stop getting restricted to what your country is going through or what your place is going through. This is where you embrace a lot of cultural diversity. You see the international perspectives. You communicate across countries and you develop certain empathy and global citizenship. When you step out into the real world, the world is not going to be restricted to just your country, just your state, or just your city. It is not going to be restricted to that. The world has come in so closer that somebody who's never traveled to US works with a US company every day, works with US clients every day. That is how the world is working today. So if you are this particular student grows up and does not respect the culture of those people and laughs at the accent and has no empathy towards them, of maybe and trying to understand certain issues or not being able to follow a particular uh, anecdote or something, then we have to raise these children to be responsible enough. And that is what entire global awareness hints at. Also, please remember, when we send these students for interviews to universities and furthermore for interviews to corporates, no one's asking them their domain knowledge, their subject knowledge. Most of the competitive exam, of course, leave the JEE and NEET aside. Most of the competitive exams are now based on what you know about the world and how will you be able to manage situations at the global platform. That is what the entire competitive level is about. When we're talking about civic responsibilities, we're talking about certain social systems. Don't we say in India that anybody will park the car anywhere and move because there's just no law, or even if there is a law, nobody's bothered. These are simple civic responsibilities. Somebody who's walking in a line is not bothered about, breaking the line and moving forward. Somebody's in the metro is not concerned about an old lady or an old man standing and will not give in and, let the person sit. These are certain civic responsibilities which we need to inculcate. Some kind of community participation. Community participation, NGO work is not just to come on a certificate. It is to develop empathy so that children understand that there are a lot of people in the world who do not have what you have. That is why community engagement is important. And that is why universities give a lot of weightage to community engagement. Then there is a lot of ethical decision making. Do you know there is a complete branch of work which says ethical policy making or something like that, where AI has to be used in the most ethical way. And that is the policies these people are working on. There aren't enough people in that right now. We don't have people. How do you take a decision which is ethical? How do you make sure that your leadership does not harm anybody rather than doing any good? How do you make sure that people around you consider you as a responsible person, at the same time understanding your rights and values? That is what we are preparing these children for. So every slide has an activity idea at the end. I'm not reading it right now. I might want to come back to it if we have time. Because usually it happens that I plan the activity, but because the webinar just gets so prolonged that the activity doesn't really happen. So I'm not really going into the activity idea, but this is just for you all to take a little hint. What is financial? What is financial literacy? Priyesh, your mic is on. Yeah, okay. What is financial literacy?
All the persons and the citizens and the students should be aware about the financial transactions and how it should be managed. And even in the family also, if we are having one small family, nowadays we are having nuclear families everywhere, and how to manage the funds and the income which we are getting. According to the income only we should spend on things. That is the main thing that should be taught right from the school itself. And now I am participating from Kerala actually. And you might have heard about it. And here in Kerala, almost all the places, the government is spending all the things. Government is controlling all the things across the schools also. And here we are having one program here throughout the Kerala school that is known as Sanjayika. And Sanjayika means the money which the students they can invest in their accounts in school itself. And after passing 10th class or 12th class, they will get it back. So right from the school itself, students they are getting instruction how to save money and how to use it fruitfully. So I think
Excellent.
it should be a part of the government service also. Government is more serious about all these things, and government is doing very, very fruitfully in Kerala.
That's excellent. That's brilliant. It's an idea. So that's your
Yeah.
activity idea for the day.
Across the country, the government, all the CBSE can introduce these all the things in CBSE schools also. It should be compelled for everyone. I think so.
I think, Priyeshji, you've shared a wonderful idea with us, and I don't think we should wait for CBSE or the government to implement it. You could have it in your classroom.
All the schools they can do it.
You can
There are
simply have it in your classroom, have a locked cupboard, have boxes put in that, and let the students save the money in that. Have small
yes,
piggy banks for every student.
yes,
That's
yes, yes,
how
yes.
financial security comes in. That's how savings are planned. Investment is understood. Investment,
Yes,
trust me, even today, I don't understand investment. I don't.
yes, yes.
And there was a social experiment that was done. A lot of psychology people would know it. That
Yes, yes.
when the women and men were asked about financial understanding, about investments, and about SIPs and mutual funds, and who takes the
Yes.
financial responsibility, most of the women had to step back.
Yes, 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 yes.
That's a very stereotypical example, but that it is. And that is the
And
reality of our country right now.
And not about the school, ma'am. And here in Kerala, one social system also government set up. You might have heard about Kudumbasri, one system which is spread across the state and in all the villages, in all the panchayats, even in the municipalities and corporations, government set up at least 20, 15 to 20 group members, one group. And in every week, they are collecting their money at least minimum 100 rupees per head. And 15 to 20 people, they are joining together in every week and they are collecting their money and they are putting this money in the bank and they are getting a huge support from it. And all the women are economically, they are stable in Kerala, in
Right.
state of Kerala. And this whole the system can be implemented across the country.
Across the country, absolutely. And why wait for the government to do it? I would say that. Why we are citizens of this country, why don't we take a step forward and do it in our own organizations? We don't have to
Yes.
wait for the government to implement these and force these things on us. And then we say,
Okay,
oh,
what-
government is forcing so much on us.
Actually, what I am saying in Kerala, it is the responsibility of government, and government is providing all the things. That's why I'm proudly saying that Kerala is at the top in every field, whether it is economic, social, educational, health,
Right.
and every. So, if all the governments they are taking their own part, it will go ahead.
I think rather
Correct.
than the debate of who's at the top, we'll stick to the school system. Right. Thank you, Priyashi. That was a lot of knowledgeable ideas. And I'm sure a lot of ideas can be implemented at our school level, at our classroom level. Don't even go beyond classroom. If you are a small fish in a big pond, make sure that you're at least clearing up your surroundings and you're making them very fruitful for the students. Then you come to the health literacy, which one of our participants very brilliantly stated. Yes, it is about physical fitness. It is about hygiene. It is also about your mental state. Please understand health literacy according to the 21st century skills. It is one of those themes which is very important and it has to cover the mental health awareness. Lot of students, lot of adolescents, even children, little children undergo serious mental health issues which spoils their life. I don't know if I've said this earlier also in my webinars. India tops the charts in suicide rates. India tops the charts when it comes to anger management, lack of anger management. India tops the charts when it comes to childhood depression. Children as young as 5 or 6 years old have clinically diagnosed depression. And it is very sad. And clinically diagnosed depression is only to be clinically diagnosed by a clinical psychologist. Please remember, you guys are not counselors. You guys are not psychologists. You don't need to be one. You only need to promote mental health awareness, and you need to promote emotional stability. That is what you need to do in the class. Simple ways. Do not raise your voice. Classes are not controlled by raising voices. Classes are controlled because you are in charge. Do not ever demean children, because the respect that you give them is what you will get back. Make sure that you are not judging the children. Most children are today scared of being judged. That's why they hesitate. Trust me, and this is going to hit a little hard. All of these cameras are off. Most of them are off, and most of them are not saying anything because we somewhere have the fear of being judged. What if I say something is going to be wrong? What if ma'am is going to judge me? Who am I to judge you, or who is Skillveda to judge you? We are not judging you. And why should you care somebody judges or not? And that is what we need to bring into our children. We need to instill that confidence that you don't have to feel scared of being judged. You have to voice your opinions. And they're doing it. When they do it, usually by a lot of older generation, it is called as you're being ill-mannered and you're answering back. So let's stop doing that. I can talk a little more also about this, but I think I should move on. This is a topic which is very, very close to me. So when we're talking about environmental literacy, another one of those very, very important themes, and I think who better can know this than Indians about the environmental issues that we are going through. We have garbage landfills, we have the dirtiest rivers, we have the most polluted air. You come to Delhi NCR and you will know this for sure. Your lungs do not recognize any other air. You move out and they stop breathing because they're not used to not polluted air anymore. We are not sustainable. We are still growing to be sustainable. And sustainability is not just about recycling and reducing waste. It's also about reusing. We want to have 110 outfits in our wardrobe. We do not want to, we are so proud to announce that we do not repeat our clothes. This is nothing to be proud about. Where did the sustainability go? Let's make children more responsible. Simple activity and eco action plan. A lot of classrooms, a lot of schools today have embraced these activities from Go Sharpener or from IAYP. These are programs which encourage a lot of environmental literacy. And what they do is they want the students to do some activity which is good for the environment and then upload it on a particular platform. And that is what gives them credits or some pointers, which they can use for their future higher education practices. So please get these programs to schools and use them. It's important. Now we come to the three skills that we were talking about. Now, before that, any questions till now? Anything anybody wants to say, wants to ask? Anybody? No questions? Am I that clear?
You are very clear. That's
I think now I should start leaving things a little ambiguous so that they're able to ask questions. Right, sir? I have two of our very vocal participants right on screen. Thank you for being there, sir.
Prayesh,
Yes,
you want
sir.
to say something? Yeah, Prayesh ji.
Yes, ma'am. Just I want to know what are the important life skills which we need to acquire for the upcoming generations, for the upcoming
Yes,
generation.
we're talking
How?
about that. We're just going on with that.
Yes, life skills. And
Oh, lots of them.
nowadays new generation, they don't have even enough time to read the books. I am having my three kids. They are coming back from the school and they are just doing their homework. They are looking at the mobiles and doing the homework, nothing else. And thereafter they are opening Google and searching for something else. Then they are enjoying the things and all. They are going to bed. That's all. So apart from that, and we need to instill something more. And what are
Sure.
the things? What are the things we need to be?
We'll just
taking
get
care?
on with that. We'll just get on with that. All right. When we're talking about learning skills, life skills, and literacy skills, Learning skills comes under these 4 particular C's, which are the critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. How many of you agree that these are the only 4 C's that we need to talk about? How many of you will agree that these are the 4 skills that we need to talk about? Everybody agrees or nobody agrees? You all agree that these are the 4 C's of learning skills? I'm sure you must have read about this earlier. Rameshwarji is giving me a thumbs up. Anybody else who wants to give me a thumbs up? Or I have only one participant giving me a thumbs up.
Ma'am, there are other skills also.
Right, sir. Thank you very much for saying that. When we move forward, this is something that we need to come up with. Apart from creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, communication, which is something that we have been talking a lot about in a lot of our previous webinars also. And I think this is something that everybody is talking about everywhere. There is character building. There is cultural and ethical citizenship. And of course, you have your C with the computer and digital technologies. When you're talking about creativity, anybody who wants to give us any explanation? Otherwise, it's going to be very theoretical. I'm going to read out from it and talk about it. Anybody who wants to give me some kind of an example on what this creativity is going to be like in a classroom setting? Anyone? Okay, then I'll go on. So creativity is all about innovation. Creativity is all about elaboration. Creativity is all about how you convert some very basic information to useful information and you innovate on that. When you talk about critical thinking and collaboration, critical thinking and collaboration, in fact, critical thinking, collaboration, and communication go very hand in hand because you're thinking certain things which are out of the box, you're analyzing. You could analyze this and do it with certain friends, certain groups, and brainstorm on it, and then communicate it in the most effective manner. Trust me, if you're not communicating, you lose out the entire thing. If you're not being able to put this across to people, if you're not putting it across to people in the best possible manner, you lose the meaning of this entire creative idea, collaborative thought process, or analyzed thing. Now, all of this comes into your character, being organized, self-regulation, self-awareness. This is what is character building. We often say that this generation is not disciplined. We often say that this generation doesn't believe in being organized. They don't get up at the same time. They don't sleep at the same time. They want to, they would stay up the whole night, right? Are they being able to deliver what they're required to? If yes, that's their character. It's not always about just the timing. Being organized is not about just the timing, the 9 to 5 timing job. The getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, exercising, going for a walk, coming back, going to study. No. Being organized is about how you put your information in place. And then, of course, when we're talking about cultural and ethical citizenship, like I just said, people working in one part of the country could be communicating with the other part of the world. So, if we do not have respect for each other, we do not believe in something that is global citizenship, we are not responsible towards people, I'm sorry, we are going to be out of work very soon. Are we okay with that? Because now I'm going to elaborate on the life skills. So when we're talking about life skills, this is a picture that has been taken. So I believe in a lot of visuals when I make my presentations. I don't believe in too much of text. So pardon me if you see my visuals a bit too loud and right in the eye, because I believe visuals stay longer in your memory than just text on the screen. So that's why the visuals. This is by the Mind Journal, and this says that basically you have cognitive life skills, you have emotional life skills, you have leadership, you have creativity, and you have social and civic engagement as your life skills. Spread this across. What if you're not developing empathy? And how do you develop empathy? What if your children are not adaptable for a situation tomorrow? Many times our students would say, I want to do this, I want to do this only. And this happens more in the home scenarios, at home kind of scenarios, where children have the liberty to say something, get their own way. Priyeshji, you were asking me certain questions about how to manage children at home because they are hooked onto the phone all the time, or they're just doing their homework and that's about it. Right?
Yes, I was asking.
Yes. Now here comes the whole point. Right from the beginning, right from the start, we need to work on certain situations which children do not foresee. They are put in those situations, and there is a role modeling of teaching them how to be adaptable. That yes, I understand this is not going according to your plan. Let's adapt to this and move on rather than stay stuck and say, no, I will not be moving on.
Okay.
That's where the adaptability comes from. And this is a very important skill that is required. So a lot of these learning skills, life skills will overlap. So these are not things that you can put in boxes and say, oh no, this is a blue color and this is green color. It's not like that. These will overlap. Creativity will come as a learning skill also, will come as a life skill also. Because if you're not innovating, you're out of work. As simple as that. If I come again and again with a very similar PPT and same case studies and same look on my screen, I don't think Twinkleji will approach me next time for the webinar. She'll say, okay, thank you very much. It's very mundane. It's very cliched now. I don't want you anymore. Right. All right. So when we're talking about problem solving, a lot of lateral thinking, when we're talking about leadership, why do you think is leadership important? As a life skill to learn. Why do we have a student council in school? Why do we have a student council in school?
To guide them.
To
Guide them. She's saying to
guide them.
guide them.
Okay. Okay.
Ma'am,
And
As
ma'am,
students can't discuss everything with the
can you all
parents,
just give me
that's why.
1 minute? Twinkleji, can I just take 1 second? I just have an urgent call to attend.
Yeah. Please.
I am so sorry. So sorry. Okay. Yeah. So we were talking about leadership. Why do we have student council in the schools?
Students can't discuss every problem with their parents.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Any other reasons?
Because to develop the leadership skills also,
Thank you. All right. What are these
and it
leadership
will
skills?
develop the responsibility and the confidence among the students.
Okay. And what are these leadership skills?
ma'am,
Yes.
They can make the decision
ma'am,
making
to
also.
take their own charge.
Okay. Decision making. Yes, Manisha ji. Yeah, go on. Okay, so leadership basically gives you a lot of decision making. It helps you understand how you take the onus of certain things that you've called for. Also, these student council kind of people are the middlemen. The middlemen between the students who are not a part of the council and on the top place, the management or the teachers. So they learn how to negotiate. It's very important how to negotiate in today's world. How many of you know how to negotiate on your salaries? I'm asking a straight up question. Do you know how to negotiate on your salaries? Or do you feel you are being underpaid? Working overtime, being paid underpaid? Give me a quick emoji or unmute and tell me. It's okay. Nobody's listening. I'm sure your authorities are not listening.
Underpaid.
Right, sir. So that means somewhere we lack the negotiation skills and we don't demand as much as we think our worth is. And that is something we need not let the next generation do. They have to be smart enough, not blunt, but smart enough to negotiate. Smart enough to manage conflicting situations. Should I work in this salary? Should I take this particular decision? Very simple decisions. But should I do this? That conflict is there in every human's mind, every person's mind. Should I do this? Should I not do this? A simple conflict like right now I had. Should I answer this call or should I let it be? Then when it came again, I thought, no, I have to answer this call. Simple conflicts. We need to take quick decisions. We need to be there on spot. Then we're talking about, I think, environmental sustainability, visualize. Yeah, we're talking about creativity. The creativity, we're going to talk a little more in detail in the next few slides. In the meantime, if you guys have couple of minutes or a few seconds off the screen, you can look into what is design thinking and how do we encourage creativity through design thinking. And I'm going to come to it. Now this digital literacy thing. Oh, we are talking about digital literacy so much. Two of them have joined only because it was supposed to be a technology webinar, isn't it, Purvi ji?
Yes, ma'am.
But this is not a technology webinar. I'm sorry.
Yes,
And
yes.
I am not the tech person at all. All right. Technology is your friend. Please make sure it is not a tool which is going to make you your slave. It's slave. You're not going to get hooked onto it. It's not going to kill your creativity. Today only I was having a conversation with somebody very interesting and very higher up the hierarchy ladder. And this person said that because we have technology, because we have AI, we are going to push ourselves to do creative things which AI cannot. Till now, whatever we did was creative enough because AI was not being able to do it. Now, AI is doing so many things and so much so that it is going to push us into making those brilliant prompts. Trust me, today also, I am not very good at using AI. I try and I fail miserably sometimes. I've still not been able to make it that much of a friend which it should be. Considering that I want to do trainings and I want to do a lot of work for my students, it's not happening that way. But we're making sure that we have to put this thing across to our students. Get them on very, very interactive platforms where real-time responses, quizzes are being done across the world. So when you play an online game, don't you have people from across the world competing with you? When you play an online Scrabble, you play an online chess, you play an online game, you have competitors from across the globe, don't you? So why not for the students? Certain things which are documented, which are data-based, and technology helps you get those to your classroom is what you should be aiming at. Like Twinkle ji very rightly said, and she had not seen my PPT. So she very rightly said in the beginning that you are all architects. Teachers are all architects of tomorrow. It's not anymore about being the sole source of knowledge. Knowledge is there on your 16-inch screen, and trust me, children can find it better than you can. You're going to teach from the books, they'll take out all the resources that the books have been made from. Just challenge them to do it and they'll do it. What you need to do is be a facilitator, not an expert. So I'll give you an example, and why I give you my own example is I lived through it. So it becomes very easy for me to relate to it. When children come to me for their career counseling, I don't spoon feed them. I don't tell them these are the top 10 universities, this is what you have to apply to, and full stop. No, I don't do that. I tell them you go back home, you use your AI sources or you use Google, look at the websites, come back to me with your research. Now, what I'm facilitating here is their research skill, their creativity on how and where they find this information from. What I'm doing is, as a facilitator, I am triggering their thinking capability. They need to seek clarity. They need to seek clarity to understand their own self. And I'm only being a facilitator there. We have to spark their curiosity. They need to have their own direction. We cannot keep giving them directions. How long are you going to keep giving them directions? Spark their curiosity, trigger it, and move back. But please make sure that when you give them your final answers or your final directions, it is all data driven. Also, we use a lot of differentiated technique here. To each his own. It has to be customized. It has to be tailor-made. Gone are the days when children were taught because they were all sitting in a classroom and there was only one way of teaching. Gone are those days. I'm sorry, we're not looking at that. You must be attending a lot of webinars and there's a lot of stuff available on YouTube when you're talking about 21st century skills. But now is the time when you start putting it in practice, not just keep listening to it. Even the NEP is talking about it. We had that webinar for NEP and I think we talked a lot about 21st century skills. Twinkleji, do we have time for a brief activity today? Because I really want to get them a little active.
Yes, we have the time. Yes.
All right. So
Yeah.
we've just talked about all the themes. We've talked about the skills. I need you all, especially the teachers out here, to please make one very quick activity or some kind of lesson delivery that would inculcate any one of these skills and relate it to the themes. I'll give you exactly 3 minutes. It's 4:59 by my phone. 5:02, we are back on screen. Please think about one activity, one lesson delivery, concept delivery, and the top 5-10 people get an applaud on screen. Can we do that? Can I have a thumbs up from the participants, please? Some kind of an emoji, some kind of a reaction, please. All right. So I have a few of them giving me a thumbs up. Thank you. Let's come back in 3 minutes.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Purvi ji.
Ma'am, we have to just think and explain you, or we have to generate it, or what?
Generated, use AI. Maybe you can just think about it on your own and deliver it here. I don't need any written explanations. I
Okay.
just need you to speak because this is going to be a brainstorming session where we learn from each other.
Okay. Okay.
Are we ready? Yes, anybody, are we ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Debajan
Okay.
ji. Yes.
Okay.
If you could
So,
switch on
ma'am,
your camera also, it will be nice.
one second, ma'am.
Thank you.
So if I'll teach noun, ma'am, like in this class, so I'll just give them a definition of what is called noun. It's like name of people, places, and things. And I'll make 3 different boxes. I'll give the words like mixed of words and let them come and like take the word template and put in the different box. So
Okay.
can it's like activity, and at the same time they can learn the noun also.
But what are you promoting? What kind of skills are you promoting with this activity?
Here the same, ma'am, like critical thinking also and cognitive also. Let them find out like which noun it belongs to, and they can read also.
Are they
same.
doing this in teams or are they doing it as an individual activity?
No, in a group, ma'am.
In a group, so you're also promoting collaboration,
Yes, sure, ma'am.
teamwork and collaboration. Excellent. All right. Anybody else? Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Brilliant. Yes, Vanishri ji.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my activity would be like classroom parliament, where we will elect the class leaders and the students will come and they will share their issues and they discuss among themselves and they make the decisions by themselves in a teamwork. So by this they can learn the teamwork and decision making skills.
All right. But is this content out of the textbook that you want them to learn about the parliament?
Yes, exactly.
All right. So we are promoting. What all are we promoting here?
Decision making skill and teamwork, leadership.
And teamwork. All right. Also, are we promoting any kind of communication here?
Yes, exactly. Communication and leadership quality also.
And leadership as well. Very good. And what if the parliament disagrees? Are we also promoting some kind of negotiation skills here?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. See, there are certain times that you would do an activity and even you wouldn't realize what on school skills would you promote. Yes, great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, anybody else who would like to share?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, please go ahead.
Ma'am, actually, I am a pre-primary teacher, so according to that, I have think something.
Purvi ji, you need to be a little more clear. Your voice is very muffled and little distant.
Now it's okay, ma'am?
Yeah, this is better.
Actually, I am a pre-primary teacher, so I have thought something regarding that.
Okay.
We can make a one mystery bag. In that, we can keep some objects of different color, then different shape and different texture, and then
Krishna ji, please mute yourself.
Everyone else, please mute yourself. Krishna ji. Yeah.
Yes,
May I
Purvi.
continue?
Yes.
So we can make one mystery bag with different objects of different shape, color, textures, and then we can tell children to sort that object in different categories. So here we can promote critical thinking and communication.
Okay. Anything else? Are you doing this in groups or are you just doing it as an individual activity?
No, groups.
So you're
So
also
teamwork.
promoting teamwork and collaboration?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Is it competitive?
Maybe.
Okay. If we make it competitive, then we are also promoting the spirit to achieve something, right? Character building. This is all character building.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Purviji. Very good. Excellent. Yes. Anybody else who would like to share? See, we all have to learn from each other. Just sitting with the camera off, muting yourself, the learning is going to be only 50%. So I'm sure you want to do it to 100% level. All right, let's move forward then. Now we talk about how you design these spaces that you are the architects of, you are the masters of, you are in charges of your classroom, right? So how do we do this? There is a physical environment to every place, and of course there is a very silent digital environment to it. These are features which are not very obvious. These are features which nobody is going to ask you in your lesson plan that how did you put your classroom space. And this is something that I really want to talk about. It's something very important because we hardly take note or pay attention to our classroom space. We just make sure that children are sitting in decorum. Are they learning something because of that particular physical arrangement? We don't care about that. And now is the time to start caring about that. This physical structure of your classroom, this space is really, really important on how you make it flexible, how you make it accessible to everyone. It is not reserved, and how you make sure that there is a culture where there is feedback, there is critical analysis, there is criticism, and there is appreciation. That is what we are looking at. So I'm going to quickly give you some 21st century classroom structure and design. And I would really, really appreciate that you people take some photographs of it because this is going to go a long way with you. When we're talking about a 21st century classroom structure, that aims to creating a very productive environment where, like I said earlier, teachers are not just teachers, they are facilitators. And students can actually get equipped to make sure that there are very important skills that are inculcated for them to be successful in their workplace. Also, the design has to be very adaptable. It can quickly move around. It doesn't suit right now, move it, change it. It could probably be such an adaptable design that it could be great for a maths class, for an English class, for a physical education class, maybe for a class which is art and craft also. That kind of layout has flexible seating where children are not, getting stuck to just one particular seat. They can move from one seat to another. Yes, I'm not promoting the children can keep moving around. I'm not promoting that. Maybe they can get stuck for about 20 minutes. Then they have the leverage to move. Maybe if learning with sitting with a friend is better, you give them the leverage of sitting with a friend. No. What is the problem? Of course, it has to have some kind of teacher work area. And then a very important thing, which I also see in a lot of classrooms, that the materials are very easily accessible. It is not in a lock and key, or even if it's in the lock and key, the students are given responsibility of it, especially across middle school and high school. Also, these classrooms must be technologically equipped. I know you people are not the one to decide on that. It is always the school which provides the infrastructure. But if you have a say, make sure that your every classroom is today equipped with a smart board or the LED TV, the smart TV that comes, which is touch screen, converts as a whiteboard. It is super important. Now, when we're talking about the problem solving action, now this is a place where a lot of problem solving is happening. Please make sure there are situations which you create in your classroom where children are allowed to pinpoint, to investigate, and then also calculate what impact it had. Lot of meaningful challenges are thrown to the children in both the very immediate local context and in the global context. Make sure that children are learning from their immediate contexts. Lot of entrepreneurial activities can be done in the classroom. One of them is this Harvard Project Zero, which was the brainchild of Goodman. And this particular project, please, I will share the link with Twinkleji. Please make sure you go on and read about this particular project where every student was made an entrepreneur. This is what I was coming to earlier. Someshji, can you please stop annotating and scribbling on the screen? All right. When we were talking about creativity, bringing design thinking to your classroom is a very, very transformative approach. CBSE has included design thinking in grades 6, 7, and 8. Grade 9 to 12 has a separate module, but grade 6, 7, 8 has one module. Design thinking is one particular entire process which can reshape the way you are teaching children and the way children are learning. Everyday things, the most mundane, simple activity in a design thinking way can be more human centered and more futuristic. Let's understand how. Basically, this is a 5-stage process of design thinking where we first empathize, we try and put ourselves in the other person's shoes. Then we define, we iterate. Okay, what is the problem like? Then we ideate. We come up with innovative ideas. Then we start prototyping in small, very tiny prototypes. And then we go on to the testing phase. Everything, like you can see it on the diagram, everything is connected. Twinkleji, I think I would here want your help to actually organize a complete webinar on design thinking.
We will do.
Design thinking is a brilliant activity and it has to be just incorporated in whatever subject you are doing. And CBSE is also asserting on design thinking. From Harvard to CBSE, from Oxford to CBSE, everybody's talking about design thinking. IIM Kolkata has this executive learning course for executives, not for school children, not for college going, not for postgrad people, for executives on design thinking. Because a lot of corporates want this 5-step process to be a part of your character. You shouldn't have to pull out your books of design thinking and see the curriculum and then go on to problem solving. No. You should be straight up knowing what it is. This is a problem. This is the thing that I have to do. I need to first understand it from the other person's perspective. Then put it in as simple words. Bring out new ideas. Do a little pilot project and then test it on the larger audience. That is how the entire design thinking works. Where we, as teachers, this is what you need to bring in. Because if you role model in design thinking, children are not far behind. They will pick it up like this. You need to deeply understand what the students need, what their real world hurdles are. How do you convert a very rigid curriculum to a more imaginative and human-centered curriculum? It could be the most vague topic or the most difficult topic to teach. Trust me, take the help of AI and make sure that you're able to convert this rigid obsolete curriculum or some kind of concept which children do not want to learn into something that is more relatable to them. Then move towards the action part. How you build, how you reiterate, how you learn, and how you foster the entire concept of resilience, perseverance, and analysis. That is how the entire design thinking works in a classroom setting. From just consuming knowledge, that there is something being told to us again and again and again and again, we move towards, okay, let's create something of this, something more of this information. That is what it works like. Again, this is the Stanford model of design thinking. Take a screenshot of it. It works very well. Simple ideas. And these are a little high level for classrooms, of course, but they can be replicated. It's not that they cannot be replicated. Otherwise, I wouldn't have put it here. Like I said, I work on visuals. I work less on text. I work more on visuals. Empathizing. Seeking to understand. Being absolutely non-judgmental. That is what you can do. Defining is about pinpointing the challenges and then taking decisions on what the points are. Ideating is about how you converge and diverge your thinking. You say, okay, there are many ways of doing this, but let's zero down on something. And then, of course, there's a lot of prototyping to it, where storyboards could be put up in the classroom, where a lot of pinboards could be decorated in a manner. And then we understand what worked, what did not work. So make sure you go onto the Stanford website. I put it all up here. Please go ahead, read. I think this is my 100th time of saying this in any one of your webinars. Read. You need to read. There's no option for teachers. The collaborative classroom. This is another thing. So from the classroom setting, physical, to moving to design thinking and how you encourage creativity in the classroom and how you make the most rigid, boring curriculums look interesting, to collaborative classrooms. Children are not going to work in isolation at any point of time in their life. It's about time that you bring technology to them, make it their friend. You actually encourage a lot of peer learning and you let them work in groups. Trust me, people who do not, I also work in an organization, most of you work in an organization. Have we ever done any activity, any event in isolation? And then if we do it in isolation, what we go through, do we all know? We all know. It is one havoc that comes upon us if we are doing it in isolation. If it's my way or the highway kind of a thing. It shouldn't be like that. And children need to be taught that. This is one particular classroom setting that I brought to you, where we could have center tables, lined up, circular, positioning of the chairs, then designate a particular space where children would want to go do something beyond the books. Go do that. Especially in the primary classes, this works very, very well. I've again given you the link here, the sadlerschool.com. Please go ahead, look at this. See, these are agencies to sell their products to you. But who's stopping you to just learn from them free of charge? No one's stopping you from learning. Go ahead, find out ideas. Google it. AI will give you 20 different classroom settings for your own preference. Please take help. A reading corner in the classroom. So there's this new school that I've joined for about 3 months now. It has a very nice way of disciplining children, especially if they're doing any mischief in the corridors. They have a peacemaking table. So it's there. There are two chairs there. There is a table in the middle. And whenever there are two children fighting, they are put on that peacemaking table, peacemaking corner. Now the name itself with that entire board over there says you have to make peace. you don't have an option. So first thing that happens is you curb on the fight that is there. That fight is gone. Because now they are collaboratively working on how you make peace. There is no energy of the teacher consumed in trying to curb the fight. Who was wrong? Who said what? Nothing. Nothing doing. You just sit there. When you two have made peace with each other, you come back to the classroom. That is the simple instruction. 50% of the fights don't even reach the teachers. The moment they see a teacher coming, they become best friends. Because otherwise they'll be sent to the peacemaking table. The rest 50%, when they reach the teacher, are solved in no time. Because they all want to come back to the classroom and they hate it when they're seen in the corridor on that peacemaking table. It's very embarrassing for them. They're not under any kind of punishment. They're not standing with hands up in the air or standing on one leg or any kind of punishment. Punishment is actually banned. So they're not doing that. So these are the innovative ideas you can come up with. Please make sure you take life skills beyond a particular classroom. Professionalism, work ethics, adaptability, project management, real world project management. We've all seen project managers rule the world. But how do we become one? That is the point. This is my call to action where you all need to start today. You cannot wait for another day. You cannot wait for another time. You have to start today. You cannot wait for one day when you're going to probably say, okay, today I'm going to pray to my God and do this. No, it has to just kickstart instantly. Any one routine that no longer serves the learners, swap. Use a digital tool. Commit. Just commit to yourself, commit to the students. That's all that I think insist every time. This is the counselor in me talking straight from the heart that our students need us. And it's only you people who are going to help them. Yeah. Twinkle ji, now we can leave the house for any kind of questions.
Any query, any questions, please go ahead.
Anything anybody has to say in mind, anybody wants to clarify, any links you want, please say that. Please.
We will be sharing all the information in the group also, the notes and the
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. You have given so much of description, now they don't have any questions, I think so.
I hope they were listening. I hope they were not just leaving it somewhere. At least give me some comments.
Any questions, any suggestions, please go
with the
ahead.
next webinar.
Yeah, we are open for the suggestions and the questions both.
Yes,
Ma'am,
please.
thank you for this wonderful session. You have explained so nicely each and everything.
Thank you, but I really hope that you're able to implement certain things in your classroom. All of this learning is only meaningful if you implement it in the classroom. Because a 50-hour CBSE thing is not enough. I'm sorry.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you give some examples how to implement this in pre-primary classroom?
Examples of what?
मतलब जैसे अभी मैंने आपको एक्टिविटी का बोला ना, तो ऐसे मतलब छोटे बच्चों के लिए अगर थोड़ी बहुत एक्टिविटीज के आप एग्जांपल दे सको तो ज्यादा बेटर होगा.
So there are a lot of activities that could be simple activities like scavenger hunt. So you could hide the alphabets that you have, plastic alphabets in certain places, divide them into teams, and then let them find it.
Yes.
And what I would do is, Twinkle ji, I'm sure in my repository of a lot of work, a lot of documents, I would have some primary activity book to improve skill building, to improve 21st century skills also. Purvi ji, I'm sure I'll find it today or tomorrow and I'll share it with Twinkle ji and she'll share it further with you. There are so many activities, especially, primary wing is one wing where you can play around with the curriculum a lot.
Yes.
because you need to only deliver concepts. The learning can be modified to any extent because there's no hard
Yes.
and fast rule, there's no hard and fast curriculum.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And thanks
Thank
to the
you.
NEP, you can also use your mother tongue to explain any kind of concept to the children. You need not get stuck to
Yes.
English language or Hindi language or anything like that.
Yes.
So I think I will definitely share one of the repositories that I have. Definitely.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Anybody else?
Any other question? Any other query? Please go ahead.
Any comments? Please go ahead.
Well,
Any
we will be sharing the
suggestions for
feedback
us?
form. We will be sharing the feedback form. They will share in that.
They don't want to tell me out loud.
No. They will. I will share with you. No problem.
All right. In that
All
case,
right. I think we are
oh,
done with the
sir,
questions.
if you would like to say something, please. Your silence has been very obvious today.
Prantik ji, you want to say something?
So you're on mute.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, now, let me tell you one thing. Though this is very personal, I lost my brother yesterday. And you today fought me out of the depression that I am in. Thanks a lot. Thanks a ton.
Sir, all our condolences with you. And thank you for saying that one statement. If we've been able to pull you back to what you are meant, you're meant for these bigger things like mentoring students and mentoring us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, Twinkleji, maybe we can
Yeah,
wind up.
thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you, Sheetalji, for your time and the descriptive, nice PPT as usual. Always. We will
Thank
be
you.
meeting again soon.
Yes,
Thank you,
sure.
everyone. We will be sharing the feedback form in the group and certificates also. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Bye bye, everyone.
Thank
Stay
you.
blessed.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank